Hello, welcome to the PhoneWord Workshops event on Wednesday, January the 13th, 2016. It is 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and today is an open session. This is going to be a short session, but we're basically just going to check in on the blockchain that's been running on DigitalOcean and give that a brief overview, and then pretty much call it a day until next week, which will be part 2 of 2. So let's go ahead and get started and take a look at the DigitalOcean server. And I'm going to share my screen. So, and I'm going to be experimenting a little bit today with how this all works. So you should be able to see the creating and connecting to a blockchain on the multi-chain platform. And over here, I've signed into the server, and we will check the information on the server. So right here, you can see that there are 347,899 blocks that have been made for the last 2 months. There's a block that's created every 15 seconds on the multi-chain. That's how it's set. And this is basically chain number 1 that we've been running. Over here are some of the commands and so forth for the multi-chain. I'm going to switch back to the Hangout. Hang on. So I'm going to stop sharing and switch back to the Hangout. Okay. And now I'm going to screen share again. And I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this because I've had a little difficulty with the screen sharing, and I'm just sort of experimenting today with how this works. So, okay, so I've screen shared again in a slightly different fashion. I do want to point out that there are, and let's do a refresh on this. See how this is updated. Okay, so during the time that we have been on the air, you can see that there have been some more blocks created. What, about 10 more blocks? So we were at 347,899, and now we're at 347,909. So you can see that it's continues to create blocks every 15 seconds. Again, over here is the instructions from the multi-chain. Multi-chain, by the way, has, as to my knowledge, has yet to release their source code, and that is causing a little concern among some of the folks that I'm working with on this project. So we are hoping that multi-chain will release their source code soon, and it will indeed be open source as they have promised. So I'm going to stop the screen sharing at this point, and we will go back to the Google Hangout. Okay. So basically, this is an open session today. We're not doing much. Next week, we might do a little bit more, but this month, this is just sort of a set of short sessions, and I'm working to get familiar with the Google Hangouts and make sure that you can see what's going on. So thank you very much for tuning in. The next PhoneWord Workshops event will be next Wednesday, January the 20th, 2016 at 11 a.m. Eastern. In addition to that, there are some events, if you're in the Arizona area, that you might be interested in, which is the Desert Blockchain event. There will be a monthly meeting at Gangplank Chandler on Wednesday, January the 27th, and then on Saturday, January the 30th, will be the day-long mini hack attack on Desert Blockchain. So stay tuned for that, and keep checking in for additional items and elements that might be explored using the blockchain and using naming, addressing, and numbering in the PhoneWord workshops. Thank you. Have a great day.